What does it actually cost like to start a consultancy business in 2026? I have come up with the plan of starting a consultancy business, and it's not ready yet, but I just want to talk about some of the costs that I've had to face already, whether that's financial or more psychological. So let's start with the financial one. In terms of website and actual cost, I'll be honest, I haven't spent a lot already because there were some things that I was already using. So for example, I have bought the domain for my website, but that's the only thing I paid for, which was around £13 on GoDaddy. I have not set that up, so I just bought the domain, and at some point I'll probably connect it to Google Workspace. Another software that I'm using is Canva. However, I'm not counting this towards the business at the moment because it is something that I share with my friend, and every year I just pay her. So at the moment I wouldn't be able to write this off, but probably come August I'll just get my own CapCut because this is where I edit my videos unless I'm editing them on TikTok. But CapCut is something that I used to pay for purely because I was always using the captions, and the captions are no longer free. So I would just pay for it, which was I think about £11 a month. But now I realized that I don't want to pay for it. There's just no point. So I use it for editing. So I just cut the videos. I can still do the transcription and cut it like that. And then I can add some of the things from Canva. So if I want to have a title card or anything like that, which I want to add to the video, I can just do it in Canva and just add it in. Maybe at some point I will pay for it again, or I might learn a different software, but I do love CapCut. I think it is an amazing editing software. It's very easy and it's very quick to use it. So I would probably end up paying for it. This I cannot count as business expense again because I have bought this, I think about 1.5 years ago. I wasn't earning anything. I couldn't write it off. So I think about £700 of my own money spent on this. Might have been foolish because I never ended up earning anything, but you know what? You live and you learn. I think when you're just starting out, there's no point in spending a lot of money on software, especially because you don't know what's working. So at the moment, I've kind of set up everything that I need to get my first client, and I'll probably have to look for some businesses where I can give them the services for free and just to get a few examples and a few testimonials. So that is something that I'm just going to look into, what is the best way of doing it. But so far, I could pretty much do everything within the Google Workspace, and you don't have to pay for it if you just create a Google account. But if you do want to scale, then it's always better to maybe just pay the monthly fee and then you have more access to it. Now, what are the psychological costs of this? Well, first of all is the cost of being cringe and being online. When you are starting out, at some point people will start to question, what's the point of this? Why are you doing it like this? Another cost is not really being able to use LinkedIn. When you have a full-time job, it's a bit difficult to use it. I should be okay in posting some things, but I'm not too sure whether I can advertise it. I think one workaround is I probably won't add my current company, so where I'm working on LinkedIn, just so that no one can question it. Because if I'm not linked to my employer, and to be fair, it's a very different industry that I'm doing. Like I'm a work coach and my business is not about that. So it won't affect it in that sense, but then again, it still comes with a cost. You are online and people are going to question it, and people are going to look at you and be like, what are you doing, silly woman? But when someone gets famous, or when someone looks like from the outside that they made it, then everyone is going to ask how you've done it. This is something that I talked about in my first video that I uploaded on YouTube. Well, technically it's not my first video, but based on this topic that I'm now pursuing, it is my first video. Another cost I would say is your time. Your time is the most valuable currency that you have. And when you're starting a business, when you have an idea and you don't know whether it's working or not, you will spend a lot of time on it. And I would say that I do like to be comfortable, and unfortunately I like to be comfortable too much sometimes. That's probably why I'm 31 years old and I don't feel like I have achieved a lot. But at the same time, I think I have a lot of different skills and varied skill set, which I think is very useful in this sense. So as much as I feel like I haven't done enough in life, I probably have, and I'm very grateful for everything that I have at the moment. But at the same time, I want to see myself succeed in a different way, and that means I will end up sacrificing a lot of my time. I cannot think of anything else that I've had to pay upfront, and at the moment, these are the biggest things from more like a psychological perspective. The sacrificing of your time and also just being online and being okay with people seeing you. I mean, we only have one life, so why would we waste it thinking about others? It is difficult, I'm not going to lie. It is very difficult for me to just be brave enough to keep posting and not question what everyone might think. But also, sometimes we need to be a little bit less self-centered, because we might think that people are so interested in what we're doing. Well, most people would just stop, look at it and be like, oh, that's interesting, look at what this person is doing, and then they move on. Everyone is self-centered, so, be fine. If you're interested in seeing my long-form videos, then please feel free to subscribe on my YouTube channel. It's Organized Minds Co. Thank you if you made it to the end of this video, and see you in the next one.